What's going on, everybody? I'm coming at you with a different video, and today I wanted to do something a little different. This is a music spotlight, okay? And this music spotlight is on Michael Jackson's Invincible album, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't feel like this album gets a lot of love. And Michael Jackson, he's a legend. He is who he is. But I mean, it's very easy to love his old stuff like Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. But a lot of his newer stuff that came out later in his career, I don't feel gets a lot of love. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about this. So this album was released in 2001. This was pretty much like his last studio album. Okay, the one that came before, I believe, was I think it was Dangerous, and then of course afterward he had his History album, which was like a compilation of like his greatest hits and new material, and then he had Blood on the Dance Floor. So I mean, I think that yeah, I mean, it was a good chunk of time between those albums. So yeah, this album was like very like heavy in development, and it came out in 2001. And around the time it was released, I was completely oblivious to Michael Jackson as a talent. Okay, I was in junior high in like 2001, and all I was exposed to was Wacko Jacko, Michael Jackson, The Freak Show, uh, like always in the tabloids for something negative. And so my first exposure to Michael Jackson wasn't him as an artist. I did not know anything about him until yeah, I think until like high school. I think I was like a freshman in high school, and I accidentally downloaded Michael Jackson's Thriller song, just the song, and I believe it was like an instrumental, and I really liked the melody of it, and so that prompted me to get Michael Jackson's Thriller album, and then after that, I started getting his DVD of Michael Jackson number ones, and so I got to see his career span from, I mean, like his solo career from Off the Wall all the way to Invincible, and I was just blown away, just from the, I mean, just from the choreography of his dance moves to the music, and I just loved how his image just transformed and evolved from every album. Like, every album kind of represented an era. There was like the Off the Wall album that was kind of like disco, and then there was Thriller, and then after that was Bad, and then Dangerous. The first music video that I saw on Michael Jackson's number ones from Invincible was You Rock My World. And that was a good song. Like, I liked it. I liked it. As a matter of fact, I remember I had my sister's friend at the time. Uh, my sister's friend's dad worked at this restaurant called Dalton Burbank. He was the owner, and so he would always get um, like free CDs or promotional stuff. And so my first exposure to Michael Jackson's Invincible album was "You Rock My World," and I vividly remember the the introduction with Chris Tucker. It was like da da da. Oh man! Oh, look at that girl right there. That girl fine, man. So I remember that intro, um, and I was like, okay, whatever. I just didn't get it then. But then I revisited it, and after listening to Michael Jackson's albums like one by one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to Off the Wall. Love Off the Wall. And then I bought Michael Jackson's Thriller. Then I bought Bad. Then I bought Dangerous. And I said, okay, you know what? Let me buy Invincible. And I was pleasantly surprised how much I loved this album for the most part. Some tracks I'm not too like crazy about, but I absolutely love Unbreakable. That has a verse with the notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls. I like Heartbreaker. I like Break of Dawn. love Heaven Can Wait, You Rock My World, Butterflies, 2000 Watts, Whatever Happens with Carlos Santana, and Threaten. But if I had to really nail it down, like what my favorite tracks are, it would be Unbreakable, You Rock My World, uh, 2000 Watts, and yeah, those would probably be like my absolute favorite. But it's a really good album, and I don't feel like it gets enough love. And like one of the things that I would love to see happen is one of the things that I would like to do in my lifetime is have at least one or two songs from this album make it to a movie, like a major like movie, like part of the soundtrack. And yeah, that's just something that I would just like to see happen. There's like two songs on there for sure that I'm like, damn, that's gonna be in a movie that I make someday. But as far as like the music videos go, um, I believe there's just "You Rock My World," and I think the first single that they were gonna release for this album was gonna be "Unbreakable," and honestly, it really breaks my heart because that single is so awesome. And man, I just like what could have been, you know. uh it's a great song. It's just like one of those songs where like you just want to give like a middle finger to the world and like, yeah, like motherfucker, I'm unbreakable, I'm gonna keep fucking going. Like it's just like that song, you know. And but apparently like it came out of like a really like bad time for him, because there was like a dispute between him and his record label, and then of course he had his second trial. And so this album, as good as I think it is, it really came out at a bad time for him. I mean, it had September 11th. I mean, you had this dispute with his record label. You had like the documentary Living with Michael Jackson, which that came out like in 2002, but that literally came out like after the release of this album. So that, I mean, he literally, there was just so many things going against this album. But it's just one of those things. It's one of those albums that I think just gets better with time, and I think it's one of those albums that could get um, just the proper recognition that it deserves. But I just wish there was a music video for Unbreakable and 2000 Watts. And shout out to Aaron, my friend Aaron. He loves 2000 Watts. Whatever I'm like rolling with him and like Brennan, we blast that song on full blast. Like 2000 Watts, they know. So yeah. But that's pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much my spotlight on this album. And yeah, I mean, after I was like a big Michael Jackson fan in like 2005, 2006, 2007, like I was just really obsessed with his comeback, like him coming back. And then he announced that he was coming back with "This Is It," and I thought, oh, finally, he's gonna he's gonna come back. And when he announced that he was gonna perform at the O2 in London, I was thinking of any way possible that I could to get out to London. I was like, dude, I gotta go. This is like the last chance I'm ever gonna see him. And the show was sold out in 2 hours. And then, of course, he tragically passed away during the making of that. And when Michael Jackson's "This Is It" movie came out, I saw that in the theater 3 times. So Michael Jackson means a lot to me. And the thing is with Michael Jackson too is in high school, like listening to his music, I was going through like a depression at the time. Like I was just in denial of it. I could really go in full depth about that. But his music really helped me get through like my depression at the time. That and Dr. Pepper. um, but yeah, Michael Jackson to this day is my all-time favorite artist, and Again, I reiterate, I just would love to see this album just get more love and recognition over time, and to have at least like one or two tracks from this album make it to like a motion picture and just get the proper recognition, respect, and love that I feel it deserves. Okay. That's it. That's everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this. If you guys like this video, be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Feel free to share, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching.